that set up, ready to go. The preseason is about over, and we're ready to play some basketball. I'm ready to see some real games. Competitive means something. Right now, playing Oklahoma City and Phoenix is playing in the bubble. So is Dallas and Utah.
Should I feel bad that I have no interest in the pre-playoff
I don't
bubble?
either know. I mean, there's no. This is to me, Thomas is
Oh, I
preseason
have interest.
basketball.
Yeah.
I have interest only because of one team. I want to see what Portland does. I want to see if Portland gets in. That's it. That's the only team.
Well, it's the only one's got a chance right now. It's everybody else is over with, and they're just playing.
Well, this is the thing. The
Memphis and
Grizzlies'
Portland.
loss.
Yeah.
With the Grizzlies' loss, it guarantees that there will be a play-in game, in fact, for the 8-9 spot.
Well, it's a good
Or
thing
for the 8 seed from between the 8 and 9 teams. So it's probably going to be Grizzlies versus Portland for that 8 seed.
They got a half a game on right now.
Well, Portland could use some good press because all you hear on the news is the war zone. So hopefully this will be a good distraction for the people in Portland. Their team gets in.
Players probably don't give a rat's
Yeah,
ass
no,
about
they
any
probably
of that,
don't.
do they?
They probably don't.
Not a bit.
What was that?
That is Dad.
Oh, okay.
Who would ring twice? He's probably got the pink. I don't know what he's doing. Hold on.
Okay. But I have to admit, Hunter, that is one good story in a it's like one good chapter in a relatively boring book. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I just have no interest in it. I mean, one thing, my team's not in it, but that's because they're not very good. But when everybody's sitting, everybody, and if you look at the minutes, like I looked at the minutes on Saturday, that a lot of teams aren't playing their stuff. Like it's rare for a guy to get above 30 minutes. I mean, they're just not.
Yeah, and it doesn't surprise me though. It doesn't surprise me that it's hard to get somebody over 30 minutes. You're asking them to come back in from being off for almost 4 or 5 months now. That'd be kind of tough.
But they all got indoor tracks and gyms in their house and all that. All of them do.
Still,
it's not the same as playing. I know it's not the same as playing.
They're getting ready to go 0 to 100 miles per hour within 2 or 3 weeks, however long this has taken, because they're getting ready to just start playoffs. So for them to be able to ease back in, I can kind of understand it. The reason why I've enjoyed watching it the most, besides seeing if Portland is going to make it or not, because I think they are a big X factor for whoever draws them in the first round, is because I get to see what the other teams have lost by what players have opted out or if a player's gotten injured. Like, think about it. The 76ers, because of this, have lost Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. They both have gotten injured. So that's going to be a shakeup in the East. Whoever plays them in the first round might actually get a pretty good free pass. The Raptors have continued to show that, okay, they still might be contenders for a championship this year. And then I've looked out west, and I saw what the Utah Jazz have done. And since they lost Bogdanovich, that offense is horrible. So I could pick anybody to beat the Jazz in the first round. So that's where it's been intriguing to me, is I just get to see what teams use this time to come back and pick up where they left off, and what teams after this time have come back and they're lackluster and they're probably going to get bounced in the first round.
Memphis has Milwaukee and Boston left to go. I want to make sure that's the only
I feel
two.
like they got screwed, though. That's the only team to me that feels like they got screwed.
Simmons, they're saying, is out for the season. Wow.
Yeah, he had to have surgery.
Portland has 2 games. That can't be right. They're half a game behind them. So how are they got? One's got to have 2, another 3. I've got to be missing. Portland at Dallas. Portland and Brooklyn. And that's all I'm seeing. Surely they're not going to decide that on a half a game. And they did it.
It looks like what they're going to do.
They surely have figured that out. That's crazy if they did. If not, then Memphis has only got to win one of those 2 games, I would think. Or no, they got to win both.
Do you think they can? Yeah. Can they do it, though? Can they win both? I don't know.
Depends how hard Boston and Milwaukee's going to try. It depends how hard they're going to try, too, though. Or if you're either one of them, are you playing against Memphis hard?
I don't know. I don't know. To me, though, I feel like the better team to make it should be the Trailblazers. I think they'll put up a better fight first round against the Lakers, if not bounce them. Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're a better matchup. I'm just, of course, I'm looking at these standings like we were the baseball standings, and I'm just trying to figure out what kind of dumbassery are we doing here. Like, they should have figured that out where everybody plays the exact same number of games. Not everybody plays 8 once this thing starts. Like, if you've played 63, everybody should play 70. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if some team had maybe one more game left on their schedule than the other, then they had to play 9 games in the bubble instead of 8. Yeah. Yeah, that can make sense, yeah, but I feel like that is what's going to happen. They're going to come down to half a game. That's exactly what's going to happen. Either that or they should have. Well, no, you can't throw the record that they have out the window and just say it's your bubble record is, because the Phoenix Suns haven't lost yet in the bubble. They haven't. They're 5-0. Unless they lost the other night, but they've won their first 5 games.
Well, speaking of losses, Hunter, the Wizards were so bad at this that
they just don't care.
That you listen to this, Hunter. I mean, Tom. They started off in 9th when this bubble started. Now they're 11th. The 10th and the other 2 teams didn't even play. They did so bad, Hunter. They ended up behind the Hornets and Bulls. The Hornets moved up into the 9th seed based on games behind because you guys were so bad in the bubble.
How far back are the Hornets from the 8th seed now? Because what if the 8th seed just loses the last 2 games?
6 games.
Okay, never mind. They can't make it.
No, they couldn't. They couldn't.
Suns are playing right now, Kevin. They're down 2 to the Thunder. They're down 2.
That game means nothing.
They have won 5 in a row. You're right, Hunter. They have 5 in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, they're balling. They're balling.
I say it means nothing. Let me change that. Grizzlies, Portland's a half a game behind them. San Antonio is only 1 game behind Memphis, and then Phoenix is a game and a half. So Phoenix pretty much has to win all their games to get in totally.
And they only got today and Wednesday? Let's see. What was it? Today? Well, no, they play tomorrow too. Yeah, so they probably play for the rest of the week. No, they play today, right now, tomorrow. They play against the 76ers, which they could win that game too with no Joel and no Ben Simmons. And then they play Thursday against the Mavericks. They might lose that one, but you never know.
Said Embiid is day-to-day. Yeah, Embiid's day-to-day, and Simmons is done.
He's day-to-day. But here's the thing, though. You guys just finished saying it. They've already locked up a spot, so why would they play him?
Yeah, true.
That's the truth. So, I mean, the Suns could go ahead and win that. Let's just say this, because they're only down by 4 right now to the Thunder, or 2 now. Man, it's not even halftime. They could come back and win that game. That's 6 straight. Win tomorrow against the weakened 76ers team. That's 7. And then all they have to do, if the Mavericks are locked up and sit Luka and sit Porzingis in them, they could have went undefeated this whole bubble and still not make it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just, I'm coming full circle. I just ready for this to be over. Let's see the meaningful series. I am glad they haven't really had a problem with the coronavirus. I mean, they really haven't had any problems with that. Yeah.
Here's your matchups right now: Clippers and Mavericks, Nuggets and Jazz, Rockets and Thunder, and the Lakers waiting to play either Memphis, Portland.
You guys still didn't give Dallas much of a chance. They've gotten a lot healthier.
I think they need one more piece.
You're probably right.
I think they need one more, and this is what they need. They need a wingman.
And they're still young.
They don't have a wing guy.
Yeah.
Every team, you need a wing guy to win a championship, and you've had to since basically Jordan was there. It's not. It's Luka's awesome. And Porzingis is great.
Right.
If they get one wing guy, if they had Kawhi on their team, I'd pick them.
Yeah.
And they might have Paul George on their team. I might pick him because he's such a good wing. If they had Durant, I'd pick him. But I think Dallas, if they had some just solid wing play, could give the Lakers a chance. I think the Lakers or the Clippers match up good with Luka. Luka's good, but they can run Kawhi and Paul George at him at least to make him work. And that's, do you want 30 points a game? You have to have 30 points a game from your point guard. And that's tough. It's almost like they almost need Hunter. A good trade for them, I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud, would be like Chris Paul. or somebody to run the point.
Take the ball out of Luka's hands.
Right, and give it to him when he can get the ball away from half court, like closer to the 3-point line, closer to the end lane, and do some stuff. Talking to a guy the other day, he was saying he thought Luka was this generation's Larry Bird, very close to it, but he does way more ball handling than Larry. Bird's almost like a mixture of Luka and Dirk. He's like right in the middle of both of them. He's not quite 7 foot, but rebounds. Him and Dirk both got double-digit rebounds.
I
Luka,
think what hurts the Mavericks is, besides them possibly needing another key piece, which I can agree with that, whether you want it to be a point guard or a wing player, that's completely up to you. But people can't forget, their 2 stars are young.
Yeah,
Luka is still young, and Porzingis, a lot of people forget, he's only been in the league 5 years. He
I'm
never
not sold
finished
on
out his stint.
any Stars Hunter under 26 leading or winning anything. So that's I totally agree with you on that. It's hard to win. Jordan won, I think, at 27. LeBron was at 26, 27, 28 too when he first won his. It's just between being mature at basketball and having the right circumstances with teammates and players, the combination between it's between ages 25 and 35. That's your window.
I'll say this though, I don't see them getting swept. I don't think the Clippers sweep them.
No.
I think the Mavericks take at least 1 or 2, but they'll be at home. I don't think they won. Well,
none of them will be at home.
That is one game I will say. When that one's on TV, I'm gonna try to watch one of those. Yeah, I think that's an intriguing matchup.
I just want to see who guards Luka.
Well, that's a great question. Who is?
George on them.
It would have to be. It's the Lakers. They'll have to, or the Clippers. They'll have to put one of those guys on him, wouldn't he? He's so tall. Was he going to shoot over their other guards?
About 6'8", isn't he? He's 6'8".
He's close.
6'8" or 6'9".
I would say 6'6".
No, he's bigger than that. No, I think he's bigger than that.
I think they said he was 6'7", but I mean, it don't matter. That's still big. And
he's listed at 6'7", 230.
What I like about Luka's game too is
you know what his haircut is.
This is why Luka will last for such a long time. Is he doesn't rely on raw athleticism.
No, he's not. He's not breaking his own ankles out there. I don't think.
No. I'm just saying,
yeah, you're right.
He will last for a long time because I don't want to put it this way, but I mean, he's got the old man game down. I mean, he's got the YMCA ball game down.
You're right.
Like shoot threes, make them jab at you a little bit and go by him if you need. I mean, his athleticism is not what's going to lead him to a championship at some time. I think he gets one at some point.
The Joker's killing it for doing. I mean, listen to the wings here for the Mavericks guys. Got Seth Curry, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Max Kleber. Like, is that beating LeBron? Is that beating Kawhi and Paul George? Like
the only one on there that can score really is Seth Curry.
Hardaway can if he gets hot, but he's not. Neither one of them are studs. They need a stud wing.
You think they would? You think they would do good if they make a trade for DeRozan?
Yeah, that'd be
I think
good.
His contract.
Anybody that's
or not even
anybody that's 6'6" can guard and shoot. I just want someone. I want a wing that can shoot and guard.
You talk about
one guy.
Trade away.
You talk about for the future, right?
Well, yeah, obviously
I'm
can't do it right now.
There's nothing they can do right now.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Only thing they do right now, Tom, is
right
give
now.
Boban more minutes.
See, but in this crazy world, did they make some kind of rule? It's like because everything's.
Here's
so
they do have the kiss
at the end of the year.
They do have the kiss of death on their team. Michael Kidd Gilchrist,
MKG.
Do you believe
Marvin
it or not?
Is in Milwaukee.
Think about how wild that Kentucky team was. In that championship game, Anthony Davis scored 2 points and they won. MKG was so lauded in college that he went as the number 2 pick and he couldn't outshoot half of Cleveland County.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what a weird team. Tom, I made a bet. I think it was with Chris or somebody over there that Anthony Davis would never average 20 in the NBA. Like, you scored 2 in the national championship game. Why would I expect you to do anything? Montross got 20 in the championship game. I'm not sure, but Anthony, if you're the next legend, you got 2. I thought that was awful, but so I don't think anything from the Jazz or Thunder is going to happen. The Rockets dusted the Lakers the other night. I don't think they want to play them. If their first round matchups are Mavericks, then the Rockets, and if they somehow get out of those two, then that means they'll have Denver Clippers in the finals. So, I don't know, Hunter. What are the odds the Lakers actually get out of the West? Lower, 50, bigger, lower or higher than 50-50?
I would say 45%. I'm not going to give them a 50% chance.
Guy.
I'm serious because to me, it really depends who they draw first round. I'm telling you, if the Portland Trailblazers draw the Los Angeles Lakers, who is stopping? Damian Lillard was mad the other night and dropped 51. You don't think he's got something built up inside of him right now that he's trying to prove? Who's guarding him? You going to make LeBron spend all his effort on defense?
I just want to know why Luka is number 77.
I don't know.
This bothers me.
Why?
That's a weird number to have.
He wants to be unique.
That's very unique.
I'm going to have to read an article. I haven't read it yet. Interesting what it says. The article's headline is, "The NBA will be Luka's league." I don't know. I think you might get an argument out of Zion Williamson on that, Hunter. What do you think? I think it's going to be Zion. I think it's going to be Zion.
I'll tell you what, Luka will win MVPs as well, and he'll win scoring titles, and he's in a better organization, so he'll probably win a championship before.
Yeah,
that's just how it will be. Tom, I just got something quick to tell you.